Good morning, traders. Welcome back to the Friday Showdown. If you guys are brand new and you enjoy live trading, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. In these daily sessions, weekly sessions that we do live trading, and I have your favorite guest, FxBigDog, join us, where we take a look at the market. Usually, we take a look at 5 pairs, and we do some live trading using our one only Smart Entry AI tool to go ahead and implement these trades. So, if you're interested to see how it works, stick around and we'll get started right after this. All right. Welcome back. FxBigDog is here joining us. Welcome him. Your favorite guest. How you doing, Big Dog?
Cameron, I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm really excited about this weekend because it's been quite a busy weekend. Week. It's been quite a busy week. The markets have been volatile, so it's been pretty exciting. A lot of stuff happening. New changes being made with regards to what we're doing here at Traders Network Club. So pretty excited about that. Hey, and guys, pretty excited about having you guys here as well. Thanks for joining us here for another trade battle. Let's just go ahead and reflect on what happened this week because I think it's important that everyone takes a little bit of a step back and just reflect the details of this week's trading. So we had on Tuesday, we kicked off on Tuesday with the Canadian CPI numbers. CPI numbers came out lower than expected, which sort of like justifies why the Bank of Canada is actually cutting interest rates. And then, of course, we had on Wednesday the Feds come and make a decision on the actual rate decision. They indicated 25 basis point, but we all knew it's going to be more than that. The consensus around a lot of the sites in that were indicating a 50 to 75 basis point cut, which makes sense. Anytime the inflation numbers, which we did get a couple of weeks ago, anytime the inflation numbers are going down faster than they expect, you would think that they would be a little more aggressive on the cutting of interest rates. And they did. They came in with a 50 basis point. So a little bit of a surprise to the market. But now a lot of people are like, oh, wow, we had this big cut in the interest rates. Why didn't we see a big, massive move to the downside on the dollar? Well, traders, the market moves in waves. Not only does the market move in waves, but there's 4 reasons why the market moves. Grab liquidity, hunt for liquidity, rebalance insufficiency, and rebalance equilibrium. Those are the 4 reasons that we have to pay attention to when we look at the market. So it doesn't matter what the news does. What matters is how is it setting up. Now, accumulation is the first start of something that is going to develop, because if you're a trend-based trader, then you'll be looking to either trade a manipulation move towards a PDRA that is on a higher time frame, or you're going to look for the market to go ahead and show change of market structure and then reverse towards the distribution target, and that's normally at the other side of that range, or at least that consolidation. And so, traders, this is the thing. You've got to get to understand better what the market's telling you. What is price action doing? And if you understand price action, you can trade a lot better. Now, I got into a live session on Wednesday. If you didn't check that out, go check out the video that was posted on Wednesday. We did a live session with the US rate decision, and I did a pound trade, and I went through it on a 1 minute time frame, just to show you how price action moves and how we can go ahead and define exactly what the markets are doing and how we can actually trade it. So check it out if you haven't checked it out. It's inside my YouTube channel. It was done on Wednesday, and it was the Fed's rate decision. So check it out. So we're going to go today, and we're going to do the same thing. Now, Cameron and I are very much focusing in on the bias for the day when it comes to making these trade decisions. Because if you understand the bias, because of based on the model that we're trading, we can understand where price is going to go, where we understand the draw of liquidity is going to be, right? So the main thing is, this is it. I'm going to simplify it for you guys, all right? So the main thing right here is to identify where the draw of liquidity is. Once you identify where the draw of liquidity is, then look for the model that you're going to be trading, whether it's a buy model, sell model. And so understanding that concept and keeping that concept in the simplest form will help you to become a better trader. Now, Cameron might come up with all these different, and myself, different type of techniques of how to be able to get into the market and trade the market. But I'm going to go ahead and say this as simple as possible. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. Just trendline breaks is a very simple but a very effective way to also trade the market. Now, I'm not saying that that is the best way. I'm saying it is an effective way to trade the market. I know there are traders out there, FX Story, in fact, one of them, very basic trader, but really effective in using trend lines to trade the market. Now, we here at Traders Network Club, we do apply a much more advanced technical setups, and all of our trade signals and trade ideas that we pass on are based on a little more advanced settings. And we've gone ahead and we've actually upped our game a little bit over the last year and improved our bias to avoid long-term holds on certain positions. So there's two ways that we can be effective in the market. Being very short-term, meaning we're looking at short-term models and trading that, but that can switch very quickly on you. And if you're on the wrong side of the trend, it can be deeper drawdowns before we actually see market moving to our targets. But what we're applying right now is a more of effective way to be able to stay on the right side of the trend, so that we are getting the best opportunity to be able to profit the most out of the market. So which means less trades but more effective trades, all right? And sometimes less can be more, all right? So I'm not saying that in our trade ideas we're gonna move away and just only have just this sort of more conservative approach to enter the market. In fact, those are the things that are developing in the background. We're going to have the aggressive entries, which means a lot of trade opportunities. So if you're saying, big dog, I really want to get a lot of trades, it's still going to happen. We're just making a couple of adjustments over the next couple of weeks. We're going to have that available for those who want to get in and be able to profit a lot. Then we're going to move on to another opportunity where traders are going to be more trend-based models on larger time frames and trade that. So we're spicing things up a little bit. All right. Now, a lot of exciting things happening. In fact, I just love, Cameron, just absolutely love our Dow Remote, how it's performing lately. For those that don't know, traders, for those that don't have an idea of what I'm talking about right here, I need to go ahead and show you guys a couple of things here, which is outstanding right now. Check this out right here, guys. Listen, man. I tell you something. Um, Here is our. Let me go ahead and refresh this page as it gets to the most recent data. There it is. All right, so there it is. Our Dow Remote. Dow Remote is absolutely killing it. It's part of one of the live sessions that Cameron runs, and you can see the results at the moment right now. So, if you're just a trader that follows one strategy and you're maybe going through drawdowns and you're not getting the performance that you want, you've got to start diversifying in other strategies, because the more strategies you diversify your capital into, if one strategy is not performing as well, another one's going. All right, so they trade in different type of approaches to the market, where the Dow Remote is trading a risk on risk off using buy and sell models to be able to enter the market in our live sessions. And so this is good. This is a good thing. This is a great way to be able to really start, changing the way that you look at the market, but also at the same time identify opportunities that you can be able to take on as a different trading strategy. So definitely don't be that trader that says, "Hey, man, I only want to trade one strategy." All right, that's fine. But when things go quiet and you're starting to work on something, maybe the market conditions aren't quite ready yet and you're slowing down on trading, find another strategy that you can get your bread and butter trades out of, all right? Because you got to get your bread and butter trades, because that's what builds your account, and then wait for those jackpot trades to go ahead and get some big scores. So with that being said, happy Friday, everyone. Glad everyone's here. We're going to go ahead and dive into some live trading at the moment right now. Now, Cameron, what do we got currently right now? We're still in on the CAD Swiss, right? But and the Aussie CAD. But the Aussie CAD is bearish right now. So I think we should take a look at the Aussie CAD, because I think we're going to take some more profit out of that Aussie CAD trade, right?
The Aussie CAD.
Yeah.
We are 6 positions and our break evens at 91.81.
Oh, by the way, traders, I'm going to throw in a bonus trade for those traders that follow me in my Telegram channel. I'm going to throw a bonus trade here on the pound US dollar. So that's going to be a bonus trade I'm going to go ahead and give you at the end of the show. So stick around to the end of the show. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do on this one right here. And then, of course, you can also follow the trade in my Telegram channel. Just search FxBigDog. And do me a favor right now. Take this video and share it across the board. Share it with everyone you have. Just go ahead and post it all over the place. Do that favor. But at the same time, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel. But share this video right now. Go ahead and share it to as many people as you can on your social media, on your Telegram channels, on your, go ahead and post it on a whiteboard in the office. I don't care. All right. Just go ahead and share it. All right. Do that for us there. All right, so we selling on the Aussie CAD?
Yes, we're selling 6 positions.
Okay. All right. So let's take a quick look at the Aussie CAD right here. Let's go ahead and break this one down, and let's see what we have here with regards to a trading opportunity. All right. So I'm going to break this one down because traders, I think we can be able to pick quite a bit on this right now. Firstly, number one, I did notice here. And let's go ahead and do this. I did notice that we've had a little bit of accumulation appearing right here. So which means that if price is going to dip back down, we're probably going to go ahead and try and sweep a little bit of liquidity down here. Now, this is going to be on the 1 hour, but I want to go to the daily right here. Okay. And the one thing I noticed here on the daily, I noticed that the market took out the liquidity up here at the top, right? And the next thing that I'm noticing right here, notice how the daily candles are not breaking back above. This means traders that we're on our way back down. Now we have an order block sitting over here that we're going to see price come in and tap in, and just above that we have a fair value gap. So we've got insufficiency down below, supported by an order block, which is going to create a really good target to the downside. So I'm specifically going to be excited about price moving further down south. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up a level right here. And that level is going to be at least around about 91.63. But I believe we're going to go ahead and tap in right here around about 91.35. So Cameron, what is our break-even point on this sell on the Aussie CAD?
Break even?
Yeah, what is our break-even?
It's 91.81.
91.81. Okay, so we're about 16 pips or around about that, 16, 17 pips away from our break-even. So traders, we're going to hold on to this trade a little bit longer. Let's chase after this one, Cam. Let's chase after this one, and let's just not be too greedy on this one right here. But let's see if we can chase after the start of that insufficiency, which is around about 91.64. So that gives us, how many positions do we have on that trade?
We have 6.
All right. So if we're looking at 6 positions, we're looking at about a 20 pip gross target. So 20 times 6 would give us 120 pips. So we're going to chase after 120 pips on that trade. Sound good, Cam?
All right, 120.
120. That's it. All right, so we're chasing after 120. We're looking for price to move to insufficiency, and then it probably will go a little bit deeper than that and rebalance the. Well, is it? Yeah, we'll probably get that order block being tested as well. So we're going to go ahead and just be very conservative about our target. 120 pips is what we're chasing after here on this trade, and that is our net 120 pips. Okay. All right. With that being said, I'm going to let your your mentor, for those that are part of the Traders Network Club, I'm going to let your mentor go ahead and help you guys with the next trade setup. So, Cameron, you want to go ahead and shoot them a trade on what do you got there?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's take a look which one we want to trade here. We can take a look at the Euro US dollar.
Cool.
And first thing, looking at the Euro US dollar, let's go look at the higher time frame here. Once again, I'm seeing bullish PUAs being respected.
Sweet.
There's a buy side balance that was respected. We displaced out of this area, and that's the weekly. Now we've taken out this internal high, looking for this external high here. If we go to the daily, here on the daily, once we've swept this buy side, we could expect a run of stops, which we did then have price run to this order block, where there's resting sell stops in this area. What happened when price came and tapped into that order block? Let's go to the 4 hour. Here's that order block. We see a shift in price. Price displaces through bearish PUAs on this price leg, indicating a shift. What added more confluence that we're shifting? Price then came back to that buy side imbalance right here. And what did it do? It displaced again, continuing to respect bullish PUAs. So now we have a lot more conviction that price is shifting. And where would price be shifting to? Well, we were targeting this internal high as well, but then we have this external high that we'd like to see price continue to work its way to, which it had its run, but continued to reject. So what is price doing right now? So when we go in and we zoom in here, we can see price is actually showing a nice down close candle right now, running to where we see accumulation right here. Okay, so price is running to accumulation, possible resting areas of sell stops. So I think we're going to just see price running to this area. Where could price manipulate even further? Right, this buy side imbalance could be where price would want to go ahead and run to this internal low and run more areas of liquidity down here and then continue back up. But I think we're going to stay in this range here. I think we're going to stay in this range of this accumulation, this bullish order block here as well. Just continue to run some internal liquidity and then see price kind of push back up to that external buy side liquidity range, which I'm targeting. So let's take a look here and see how much we have here. We got a lot of room as price continues to work in this range. We'll go ahead and mark this. And if price breaks below this, then that would indicate to me that I would like to see some sort of turtle soup set up here, where price, like I said, will run to this internal low and reject back into this range and then kind of work its way back up to this external. So that would be a turtle soup setup. And if that did happen, that obviously would make us go ahead and add more positions as we're running back to this low. Add more positions to load up for the expansion move to the back to the upside. So I'm still pretty bullish here on the external model here. I want to see this buy side get swept. And we even have, we're just targeting this internal model here, and the internal model lines up with our external, right? So once again, I like how we're trading the internal buy side here that lines up with our external buy side. So pretty bullish here on the Euro US dollar. I'm not going to go and look to trade for this internal grab. If price does run here, I'm okay with adding positions. I'm not looking to hunt these positions. I'm looking to hunt the positions where I expect the hunt of liquidity is.
And traders, that's the important part right here, right? Is the ability to be wrong but right. All right, the ability to be wrong or right. Now, if you're married, you'd probably find out most cases your significant other would tell you that you're always wrong. But it's okay to be wrong as long as we're right at the end, all right? And so don't fight the war, all right? Win the battle, all right? And this is exactly what that is. We're not going to fight the war. We're not trying to win every war, but we're going to win the battle. And the battle is identifying where the market's eventually going to go to. And if we can go ahead and find the shortest route there, That'll allow us to have a minimum drawdown and maximum profits. And that's the idea right there. Don't win the war, all right, but win the battle, right? Every war may be lost, or some of the wars may be lost, but the battle is what we're going to win. We're going to win the battle. And so, okay, so let's go take a look over here. So, Cameron, you've taken on a buy on the Euro US dollar.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, traders, let me jump into, and guys, do us a favor right here. All right, let's get active in this. If you like what Cameron broke down, if you like the way Cameron's looked at the market, identify, go ahead and comment. Just give us a little bit of a boost so we get some comments back from you guys, because I certainly want to continue to do these live sessions. I love doing these live sessions with Cameron. I like it, and I'm sure you guys like seeing the interaction between me and Cameron and how we look at the markets and discuss it. And I know it's Friday, so I mean, break out a bottle of champagne if that's what you do on a Friday. Break out go ahead and get some pina coladas on the on the beach. Whatever you guys do to make yourself feel comfortable on Friday, get relaxed. It's a really cool session here that we do on Fridays, and we want to continue to do that. And so, with that being said, traders, we have to always go ahead and really go ahead and give kudos to our sponsorship. And so, we want to go ahead and show appreciation to ACAP, a broker that sponsors this video. All right, traders. Well, not only is it you, but it is our sponsors as well. We really appreciate them. They do a lot for us. They help us to be able to help students, and so we want to show appreciation to ACAP. And if you're looking for a broker, make sure you check out ACAP. They're in Australia, but also more importantly, traders, if you are looking at any one of our products and you're excited about what we're doing here, and you want to get free access on that, we're offering you free access for a whole year. Open up a $10,000 trading account with ACAP. That's it. Not paying anything, not subscribing to anything. Just open up a live trading account and you can get access to any one of our, most of our products, not every one of them, but most of our products. We're giving you 12 months access, free access to it, so that we can help you. And all you got to do is just open up a trading account, right? Not paying anything towards us, not paying anything. It's not a cent. All you're doing is open up a trading account and boom, you get access to a world of opportunities. So make sure you check it out. Now, let's go ahead and take a look over here as we dive into some setups right here. I'm going to go to the US dollar right here. Okay, so here we have the US dollar CAD setting up right here. And so on the US dollar CAD, I noticed that we did tap into this order block sitting over here. And the order block is right here. You can see right here. There's the order block right here that we actually seen a bit of consolidation in, but we tapped into the fair value gap. So we got some insufficiency right here. The market tapped into, and so we're now getting a retest. Now I'm looking very closely at this range, and that's, you're probably finding, like, if you follow my trade ideas, I'm still bearish overall on the US dollar CAD, and so as we pull back here, I'm interested in possibly looking to short it. And I'm still looking for price to move back down to a little bit further down to the downside right here. I'm looking for price to take out this liquidity down here. And that liquidity is sitting right there at, let's see here. We're sitting at around about 34.19, right about there. If I go ahead and compress even further, I can see that these are internal structures here. So there's liquidity sitting at these internal structures, but we've got external down here. Now, if I look at this big structure right here, this big wave going down, I'm looking at this and saying, you know what? This big move right here, we need to see some pullback. Now, remember the four rules or the four reasons why we could be expecting price to move: rebalance insufficiency and rebalance equilibrium. Now, that would mean that if we're going to rebalance equilibrium, that means if you take this range, equilibrium is going to sit up around about here. All right, let's take a look and see. If I put in a FOB from the top here to the bottom, we got equilibrium sitting right here at this order block. So, traders, if you've watched me on Instagram, if you haven't, go ahead and search FxBigDog on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, all right? Because I teach about AMD. accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Traders, the more I can replicate that sort of approach, the more and the more repetition you hear of that, the better you're going to become at trading. So remember the 4 rules, right? 4 rules why price moves. And now look at accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm looking at this right now, and I'm seeing that price is struggling a little bit right here, right? Price is struggling to break above this area, right? So price is struggling to break above this area, but price is also struggling to break out here. So if this is accumulation, all right, and we've got this big long move, and this is where equilibrium is sitting right here, I believe that there's a good chance, a very good chance, that we're still going to see the dollar push up a little higher to get to equilibrium and then start heading back down south. So I'm not completely convinced that we're not going to see a upside move before we see a downside move in this dollar, all right, or at least trading against the Canadian dollar. So with that being said, and cutting this long story short here, I'm going to look at this, and I notice that this is my range here. This is the range, and we've moved out of it. We're coming back into it. I'm going to do a little bit of devil's advocate here. I'm going to trade this one right here because we're trading short term in this session, not necessarily long term based on my trade ideas, because my trade ideas based on long term, I'm bullish, right? But in short term right here, I don't see a problem for price to want to push up to that top of the range. Maybe we don't go above that range, but we certainly have 42 pips to the upside. So traders, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to fire a long on the, and there it is. I'm going to fire a long on this trade right here. And again, if you follow my trade ideas, and I've been talking about I'm bearish on the US dollar CAD, that's because I'm thinking more long-term bias. But I'm looking at this model that we have here on the 1 hour time frame. And I'm looking at this, and I might actually pay a little more attention. I'm thinking this may very much be a long towards this area. And even if it's not all the way up here, we maybe even be able to tap in and take out that high. Right. So which means we could see a short-term move that could look like something like this. Price pushing up, take out the high right here, move back to this order blocks, this breaker block sitting over here, and then go back down south. All right. So I'm going to bank on this to be my long-term move. All right. Now you might be saying, well, big dog, that's taking a little risk, but you know what? There's no reward without some risk, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play that out. All right. So that's where I'm at. All right, Cameron, what you got?
All right. Real quick before I move to the next pair, I wanted to just give you guys a breakdown on the Euro US dollar. And because I know some people struggle to understand and to identify market structure shifts. So I just wanted to show you something here. It'll be a quick little lesson here, just to give you guys a better understanding of how to identify these shifts in the market. So I know a lot of members will just say this is a shift right here because we displace above this high right here, right? And a lot of us, well, a lot of them like to look for those internal highs and lows to be displaced above, and that's why it's important to understand context with these things, because first thing we go to the daily. The context is there in the daily because you see price run to buy side imbalance, insufficiency. So you would expect when you see this displacement, we're shifting, and I can completely understand that. Also, keep in mind we do have this daily order block here. This is also where resting sell stops are at. So you want to see prices to run a little bit lower, but let's see if this is identified as a shift by looking at the bearish PE rates. And I'm going to show you here on the 4 hour. When you go to the 4 hour here, why was this not identified as a market structure shift when we had price displaced above this high? And the reason is, let me go ahead and mark this. The reason is that this wasn't identified as a market structure shift. First thing is, this wasn't displacement. See the difference? We created displacement here, which created insufficiency. That's what you want to look for when you're looking for displacement here. We have no insufficiency for price to come back for that internal grab. So there's no, first thing, there's no displacement with insufficiency. And second thing is price respected the bearish PDRAs. Look at this. See this sell side imbalance? Price, this is just a run of internal liquidity. This is not a shift in the market This is a run to internal liquidity for price to continue to run back now to that daily order block. So we have to keep in mind when we see these internal highs getting broken, that doesn't indicate a shift in the market. We have to respect the bearish PDRAs on the sell side of the curve and understand if price displaced above this sell side imbalance and I saw displacement with insufficiency here through this, then that would to me then confirm, okay, now we're starting to see price shift in the market. But that's why we need to respect these things. And I know a lot of students look at these internal highs and lows and identifying it as a shift in the market when we see price run through it. So keep in mind, look for the bearish and bullish PDRAs on which side of the curve you're on to understand, is it respecting it or is it disrespecting it? And that will help you identify the shift. Okay, so let's go take a look at the New Zealand CAD.
All right, sorry guys. Just before you do that, Cam, that's actually a very important thing right there, guys. Very important things. That's where the smart money is. That's where you have to outsmart the dumb money, right? But this is the thing. It's actually called not a change of market structure. It's called inducement. What is inducement? It's the market, the smart money trying to induce people to believe the market's going bullish, and actually, in fact, it then goes ahead and moves opposite direction. So that's actually an inducement high. So if you ever see me, I do that a lot. I mark it off as an inducement because it's an inducement because it looks like a market structure shift, but what it has not done is it has not broken above the PDRAs coming down, which means all this insufficiency coming down, this bearish insufficiency. And if we respect that, as Cameron mentioned there, then it's exactly what it is, an inducement, which means a short-term rally towards PDRAs, and then it's going to sell off and take out that low. And guess what retail traders are doing? Retail traders are looking at this and going, oh, trend line break. The market breaks through there. It must be going long. But what they're doing is they're chasing after the external buyers or external buy side. And what you really should be looking for is price test the internal buy side. And if you look for the internal buy side, you can take your short-term opportunities, but always realize that this is not a change of character, which means not a reversal for the long term. All right. This is an internal inducement. All right. And that's what you got to understand. So, Cameron, thank you. Appreciate that because.
And as you can see, this was the displacement with insufficiency that we also saw displaced out of a key area. Key area is the higher time frame order block. And price what? Displays another insufficiency of displacement through that sell side imbalance. So there's your confirmation. Then you can always wait for more confluence. That displacement out of a key area will create insufficiency. That insufficiency will play a key part of support and resistance. If price comes back, runs to this insufficiency, and then displace out of that, showing you key support again in the market, there's your added confluence that we're now on the buy side of the curve. So you can always wait to see if price wants to respect this. If you don't know if this is a shift in the market, you can always wait to add more confluence to your buys.
Love it. Love it, Cameron. Well done. Excellent, excellent. Now, there's a couple of questions before I move on, Cam. Matteo says here, Gary, how do we take the signals here? All right. So this is because he says, my issue is once I place the positions, how do I follow you? How do I follow you? Now, a couple of things are going to happen right here, traders. Number one, if you go ahead and check in the description in the YouTube channel, there is a Telegram link, Traders Network Club. All these trades that we place in here inside the show go straight to the Traders Network Club Telegram channel. So if you want to follow all these trades and keep up to with it, check it out in the Telegram channel in the Traders Network Club channel. Another thing is we haven't made a decision whether it's going to be web-based or actually EA-based, but we're developing where you're going to be able to download an EA or go ahead and access a website where you can actually go ahead and see all of the trades what trades we have on our flagship product, what trades we have with our hedge, what trades we have with these showdown trades. So you can click on it and it's going to tell you, hey, we're bullish on the Aussie CAD. We've got 5 positions in. Our break-even point is at this level. You'll be able to see that. So you can keep it with you and it'll be updated every tick. So you'll have up-to-date information about what it is. We're in the process of developing that. Our members are going to get full access to that, zero cost. They're going to get access to that. So because we love our members and we appreciate them. And so what we're doing is we're trying to give them as much information to be able to know where they are. If they're following any of our trade ideas, they want to be able to have access to where we are, what trades are going. So all of that stuff, just like Matteo just mentioned right here. How do I follow? How do I know how many trades you got in? What is your break-even point? What are you looking at? That stuff is going to be available to our students. And then also, if we're chasing after 20 pips or we're chasing after 400 pips, that dashboard is going to show you that we're chasing after 20 pips, we're chasing after 200 pips. It'll also tell you how many pips that we're chasing off on that trade. So looking really excited about what we're developing here and what we're doing to help traders to be able to get the right information. All right, Cameron, let's jump into the next trade here, buddy.
Yeah, so the New Zealand CAD. So looking at the New Zealand CAD, you can see here's my external model. We got sell side of the curve, and then we're on the buy side of the curve. How do we know we're on the buy side of the curve? Well, price is respecting bullish pre-raise. We've had displacement out of a key area. This key area, if you don't know what that is, let me zoom out a little bit here. This is, I believe this is my weekly insufficiency here. Price came respected. We had displacement, came back to retest that again. And what happened when it came to retest it? We had displacement here creating insufficiency. So we waited to see if price respected it, and price did. What did price do again? We had another displacement. This displacement was more key because this displacement, let me go ahead and close this. This displacement that we had created insufficiency, but also you see that we have this generated buy side right here. We have order blocks here. To me, this is resting buy stops here, internal liquidity. So what I want to see, does price run through the internal liquidity or does it go to sweep internal liquidity and reject? We ran through that internal liquidity with displacement. That gives me more confluence that we can run higher because we could just run to this internal liquidity and then just run back lower. So we created insufficiency. What did price do? Came back up, tapped into that insufficiency. And once again, now we had this internal model set up. Price has swept the internal high. The internal model is complete. We're looking for the external model. Once the internal model is complete here, we could see maybe another manipulation. It's possible, but I'm still expecting price to run to this because of what we're seeing on the external model setup here. And we can tell that we're on the buy side of the curve. This is one thing I teach my students about price action. And I'm going to show you guys a little tip here. Anytime if we are identifying,
Hold on a second, Cameron. Hold on. You're going to give them a little tip here? Guys, all right, we're going to send a link. Please go ahead and make payment so that Cameron can give you. Are we doing things for free? Oh, sweet.
I'm a nice guy. So
Nice guy. All right.
So just remember this. Once you identify that you're on the buy side of the curve, how can you also see how price action runs on the buy side of the curve? When we see sharp moves like this, energetic moves to the downside, and price moves, these energetic moves run to internal liquidity, which is this insufficiency. If you see a sharp run like this, and we're right, you have to understand we're on the buy side of the curve, we're expecting price to run higher. So if price runs low like this with a sharp movement like that, guys, that is identified as a run stop. Price runs to internal liquidity, runs those stops, and then look what happens. So this just gives me more confluence that if we're running stops, but you have to understand which stops are we running. We're running sell stops. If we're running sell stops, price is running sell stops to push price up. So we know that we're running higher. If we're running sell stops, we know that price is pushing higher. So that gives me more confluence that we're going to continue to move in this external buy side. So, and you'll identify those anytime in the market when you're on the sell side or the buy side of the curve. So right now we've swept the internal. So I'm going to go to the lower time frame here and expect what can happen now. Now that we've swept this internal, there's always a possibility that price maybe want to manipulate, could even come back down here to these internal lows here at this daily insufficiency. That could possibly be a reason why price would want to move lower. Looking at the 4 hour year, we can see now price is pretty much just kind of accumulating. Once we swept this internal, we've kind of accumulated. I'd like to see a little bit more movement. Right now, we're not getting that. We have a buy side imbalance that's holding as support right now. I could possibly expect price to maybe even run to this internal low. Why? Because the this was again the displacement out of the key area. This insufficiency, this internal low becomes a key area that I would like to see price run to if it was looking to sweep more sell stops. I don't really have, and that's this is actually a good thing. I don't really have a a bias that I have conviction in right now looking at the market because we've already taken out the internal low. There's now a possibility that we can have manipulation. We don't know if we are going to have manipulation because we're just accumulating. So there's no really bias that have a full conviction in. But I do know that we are pretty bullish and we should somewhere or some when head to this external buy side. It could be after manipulation or it could be after accumulation. Price then just runs higher. So I'm still bullish on the New Zealand CAD, right? I'm still bullish on the New Zealand CAD. I'm not going to change my bias by looking at the external. But as of right now, I don't have conviction where price wants to move right now. So if we do have some sort of manipulation, I'm okay with possibly getting some more positions to then load up for that expansion move back to this external buy side. Because if we just to zoom out as well here, you can actually go to daily. Zoom out right here. Look at all this generated buy side right here. So not only that we're targeting this external, but I expect when we do hit this external, that I'm going to expect a breakaway gap through this because we have low resistance liquidity run. We have generate liquidity right here. That price would want to look to sweep if we do run through this buy side here. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to get a full expansion move right through this. The market will move in waves and structure. But this will be an area of liquidity that's resting that price would want to go and hunt. So right now, I'm going to go long on the New Zealand CAD. Like I mentioned, I don't have any specific bias as of what price is doing right now. But looking at the external, I am bullish, but there is a possible manipulation that could happen after sweeping the internal high. I think you mute, Big Dog.
Sorry, guys. We got Luis here stating here that we love you, Gary, but for Cameron, so far for Cameron, he's winning the Euro US dollar in 5 pips up, and I'm down 9 pips on my trade. And he says, great job for you both. Do you have to do, Luis, on a Friday? I thought we buddies. I thought we friends. Man, killing me, bro. All right. So this is the deal. All right. We had a question here also from another trader that's in on the pound. He's short on the pound. He's got a couple of positions in. His break evens around about 129.70. He says, what do you think that's going to do soon? Because my drawdown is kind of tight. All right. Well, let's take a look at the pound. Let's go take a look at the pound US dollar right here. And let's break this sucker down right here. Now, remember, what has happened over this week? We've had some CPI numbers coming out this week, but we also had there it is. We've got retail sales. Look at that. We got rate decision. They kept the rates unchanged at 5%. We also had CPI numbers coming out here for the pound on Wednesday. That showed that it's sitting at 2.2%. No changes to that. So I look at the retail numbers. The retail numbers are going up. Traders, if you don't know it already, let me go ahead and tell you. The UK is in trouble, all right? They are not seeing inflation numbers coming down. They can't start cutting interest rates. They're seeing higher. In fact, they're probably going to be, let's put it this way. They are struggling with a huge inflation issue, all right? Gas prices are up. Not that it's not down here in the US based on our administration, but the problem here is, traders, is that we're going to look at the way the markets are setting up technically. Now, there's a couple of things we can look at here. First, number one, I'm going to go to the daily time frame right here. Let's go to the daily. And so on the daily, if I look at this right here, what do we see here happening in today's trading? Now, granted, today hasn't closed out yet, right? This candle is still active. It hasn't closed out yet. But this is the deal, all right? When I look at this, I say, okay, if price is rejecting, look at the candle there. This is this candle here. Price failed to break above it yesterday and going to fail a break it above today. And also, we've seen a manipulation move right here. All right, when I see that, I straight away go to the what? AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And I say that we're accumulating inside this range. We're going to see price manipulate, which we have. Yes, it's just properly the manipulation candle. And so I'm going to look at a low time frame, look for price to drop back down here. So what I'm going to do here is, now traders, make sure you got my Telegram channel, FxBigDog Telegram channel, because this trade is going to go in there. We're going to see price get down to this area right here. Now, this could be inducement, right? Not market structure shift. This may be inducement right here. But we're going to take a look and see how price changes. But look over here. You could also look at this as accumulation, manipulation to the buy side of the curve. Price sweeps a liquidity level, yes, buy side liquidity. And now going back to the distribution target. So we're moving from accumulation to manipulation, taking out buy side, and now moving into distribution. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to that 1 hour. And what do I see? I see price showing some sort of, we don't see a breakout yet. Price is equal lows, but I'm going to expect it based on this wedge that's formed right here. I'm going to expect that this is a test and a drop back down here, at least down to this area. Now, if price goes down to that area, how far is that? Let's take a look here. That's 69 pips. Are you kidding me? 69 pips. All right, Cameron, this is what we're going to do. We're going to short the pound US dollar, and we're going to short it with 69 pips. Traders, I'm going to go for 70 just because I feel friendly today. 70 pips. All right, let's go ahead and chase off the 70 pips on that, Cameron. And I think we've got a good run on this one. I think we're going to have a good run.
Okay. Just would have to add that to the charts and the tool.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Sorry. My bad. I'm going to do it this side. Sorry, I'm going to do it my side. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go change this to a 70 pip target right here. All right, I'm going to go to, sorry, there we go. Distance, 25 pips. Make sure that is right. That is right. There we go. Target is going to be 70 pips. All right. So traders, I'm chasing off the 70 pip run on this trade right here. Boom. There you can see I'm going to sweep that low right here. I believe we're going to target that low. That's my sweep. It's an internal sweep. And we're going to go. So if you're following the FxBigDog channel, there's the trade there. It's just been implemented. You can see it right there. And we'll update you as we go along the way. But I believe price is going to sweep this low right here. We're chasing off the 70 pips in this trade. Okay? All right. So this is a long term. It's not a 20 pip grab. And by the way, FYI, if you're 20 pips up and you feel like, listen, man, it's heading into the weekend, I'm just going to grab my profit and get the heck out of Dodge, do it. All right? If you feel that comfortable just taking your profit, go ahead and do that. All right. If you want to hold on to that trade a little bit longer, you can do that. Maybe when you're up 20, 25 pips, move your stop to break even, let it ride. If you trust the system, which you should, just let it ride. That sucker's going to hit his target. All right. All right, traders, that pretty much wraps up the session for today. Once again, traders, check out Traders Network Club, become a member, become part of the community. I love my members. Man, I'm telling you something. There's such great guys there. I can mention a few here. Tyson, Gary, Victor, Hector. We got, for the first time, I met actually a student. Actually, I thought it was Jose, but it's actually Josie. Met her for the first time. And I apologize, Josie, for calling you, Jose. You just assume that if you got Jose, it's Jose. But I got it wrong. So, Josie, I apologize, but nice meeting you. We got some great students. Will, you got to be. I mean, we've got some serious jokes going around in our trading room. And there's one person in our room right here. It's Gary, and it is Bill. These two gentlemen, when it comes to technical technical things, they really struggle. But you know what? That's what Traders Network Club is all about. We're there to help them, and so we help them. We jump onto it straight away. My team is right there. There we go. Smash the like button. There's the Gary. There's the Gary that has technical. So there we go. And then also, by the way, we got a couple of students that really contribute a lot. Tyson is a good mentor to the students from the side. Met Jim just the other day. We've been communicating for the last couple of weeks. Traders, we got a bunch of really solid members. And so we appreciate you guys here. We appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you guys being part of the community. If there's anything we can do for you, anything, just go ahead and send us an email. We'll certainly want to help you if we can. Of course, not everything we can do, but if there's something you need, if you need any help, let me know. Send us an email. We're here to help you. There's the email, support@tradersnetworkclub.com. We're here to help you guys. Have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you guys.
Real quick before you end it, Luis said, what about the classes, Gary? If we subscribe to Traders Network Club, are we going to be able to have classes like we have every morning with you? Yes, if you subscribe to the VIP membership, Luis, you will have daily sessions with me from Monday to Friday. There's 2 levels that we have. So if you subscribe to the bundle, you'll have access to both of those levels. And we have daily sessions every morning of me analyzing and placing live trades in the morning. So you'll have access to these tools as well and connected to our Discord with the trade ideas and the live sessions. So,
and let me tell you guys, you guys are in good hands with Cameron. We are seeing absolutely outstanding results coming from our members that are following Cameron in the live trading sessions with the Dow Remote, as well as our, we call it now the market maker model or the market maker AI. These are great opportunities for traders to be able to get involved. And by the way, we're just getting started. This is just the beginning. You think we are going to get better? You're right. We're all going to get better at a lot more stuff. More education, more teaching, more training, more mentorship, more everything, more tools to be able to use and trade. So make sure you guys absolutely get connected. And also, by the way, if you guys are interested, right, which I'm sure you are, we're going to be starting a huge affiliation program, which means that traders, that if you guys want to become affiliates, you can absolutely, you're going to be amazed by what we're going to be coming out soon. All right. We just got a couple of things to sort out, and we're going to be releasing our affiliated program, which means not only could you make money from actually referring people to this, but it can absolutely pay for every single expense that you have here with Trading Network Club. So you can run at zero cost to you and make money, because we're going to give you guys the best opportunity to make not only good money, but to be part of this. Guys, we're committed. We're willing to give you a big portion of what we earn every single month, so that we can grow the community, because we're not here to make to become multimillionaires overnight. We're here to help the community and here to build the community. And so we understand that we need people like you to bring business to us, and we're willing to say, hey, instead of hiring 10 salespeople, we'd rather have people referring business to us and giving them the opportunity to be able to earn from it, so that they can pay for their education, pay for their study, pay for their tools, pay for everything they need, and then get, of course, access to the right information. So, guys, we're trying to kill this in the market. We're trying to really make a stand here. And so I really hope you guys are going to be part of it. And so make sure you guys check it out. We're going to let you guys know over the course of the next couple of weeks. All right. That's it, Cam. You are muted.
Yep. Appreciate you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys back next week for the showdown. Take care.
Take care, guys.